U.S. soccer is still beefing? Come on now, 1 year into the World Cup and we got the old heads beefing with the young cats? Alexi Lalas,
We coming for you, nigga.
I'm about to go in, bro. Wagwan people, it's your boy Kai Boy, and it's time to get to the point. Now, I personally feel some type of way about this because I came up in the U.S. soccer cycle with Christian, with Tyler, with Weston, with Haji Wright, with many other players who have represented our country. We wanted to emulate these guys. We looked up to them. Now, fast forward to today's current climate with social media and podcasts, everybody can have a voice with little to no scrutiny because it's their own platform. I genuinely have to ask, Alexi Lalas, Landon Donovan, it smells like jealousy in the air. So are you jealous? Because that's, to me, the only reason why you guys are so tight and bent out of shape about all this. Ever since Christian burst onto the scene at 17 years old, people have been saying what? Oh, he's going to be the best U.S. soccer player of all time. Who has a very small, fragile ego who probably would not like to hear those words come out of people's mouths across the country? Landon Donovan. Like, you don't hear Clint Dempsey getting like tight or jealous about those words being said to Christian. You don't hear him saying anything out of pocket about Christian. Nah. Oh, and then this entire cycle, not just Christian, this entire cycle has always been regarded as the best cycle that we have ever had. And that's a fact. We've had so many young players coming through the ranks of top European clubs. European clubs are going to the United States to get youth internationals. This kid that I met earlier in the year, Austin Mbai, who just signed for AC Milan, where what? Where Christian is. So like, and I think of Cole Campbell as well for Borussia Dortmund. Like, this is something that is continuing to happen. We have players that have won Champions Leagues, that have played in many Champions League matches, who have won league titles, who have won domestic cup tournaments, who have played significant minutes in significant leagues in Europe, the best leagues in the world. This is the thing. No one is upset about the criticism. Athletes know that criticism comes with the game, especially when you're representing your country. That isn't the issue. The issue is a lack of respect from Alexi Lalas and from Landon Donovan. Plain and simple. You two are grown men talking to other young grown men as if they're children. Like, that's literally a form of emasculation. You are emasculating them. It is that simple. Simple as that. He's talking about don't bring your dad to a fight to Christian on Twitter. Like, my guy, this isn't WWE or UFC. What are you talking about? Don't bring your dad to a fight. What is this guy on? It's like, it's comical. Yes, we expect them to perform better. No one's upset with that criticism, obviously. It's the fact that you're saying, oh, let's go, USA, USA, USA. Go ahead and represent the country. Go ahead, we got your support. We got your back no matter what. La, la. And then, bam, as soon as they don't live up to the expectation that you may have of them in your head, Alexi Lalas and Landon Donovan, you guys go to the media, go to your platforms, and start to bash them personally, saying, oh, they don't have the heart. Oh, they don't have the fight. The hunger isn't there. Blah, 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 blah. Do they care about representing the national team? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know who would ever want to take off a tournament or who take off a chance to represent their country. Like, dude, you literally cannot make this up, though. You literally can't make this up. This was 8 years ago. This headline right here, 8 years ago is what Tim Howard said in response to Alexi Lalas about the quote-unquote soft tattooed millionaires. The second best U.S. soccer player of all time literally says this. He's been blowing air, Alexi Lalas. Been blowing air for a long time. He was an average player, a failed GM. Yeah, okay, now he has an opportunity to get paid for his opinion. That's a good thing, and that's facts. Everyone has an opinion. Facts. I think you have to deal with the praise and the criticism. If you deal with it in the wrong way, it can be detrimental. Also facts. Howard said this. This is the 20th year in professional football. At the time, that was the 20th year in professional football. And he was still getting criticized. By who? Alexi Blood Clot Lalas, man. This is what gets me the most, though, about this whole... Howard says, if Alexi wants to speak to me personally, he's always around. He's always there. He's like that gnat that keeps smacking against the window, you know? Because it thinks it can just get... It's just there. It's annoying. You can hear it. He's there. He can find me. The likelihood is he won't speak to me personally. Like, what? Bro, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But that's who he is. He's a character. Don't take anything, please, don't take anything that Alexi Lalas says seriously. Okay, I take that back. I do want to give him some flowers because I do commend him for having the guts to always go against maybe the popular opinion. He's not afraid to speak his mind. That's because he's from Jersey. I understand that. But however, my guy, you've crossed the line here. I have to say it. And so when I hear Tim Weah say,
I think those guys are chasing checks, and for me, I just feel like they're really evil, honestly, because they've been players and they know what it's like when you're getting bashed, and those are the same guys that'll turn around and shake your hand and try to be friendly with you at the end of the day.
it's evil. I agree 100% because the only thing they're doing is sowing division, being divisive, and trying to divide essentially like a nation against the players representing the nation. That is wicked work, bro. That's wicked work. Like, do you really think going into a World Cup year on home soil, criticizing the team and the best player in a way that is disrespectful is smart? Really, Alexi? And then you're going to call your best player soft? It's simple. Alexi Lalas, you are a weirdo. Landon Donovan, you are a clown. Again, I asked you both, are you guys jealous or are you guys just focused on getting clicks? I can say it in the most loving way possible. I say you guys are jealous mostly because of this. This current cycle has always been getting talked about as being the best because they are. And because they're not, getting past the quarterfinals, Alexi Lalas has the nerve to say, oh, Landon Donovan was a part of the best U.S. World Cup team ever. Oh, wow. The quarterfinals. Oh, wow. That's amazing. The quarterfinals. Wow. Bro, we had the second youngest team at the 2022 World Cup, and we made it to the round of 16 and lost to the Netherlands, who then lost to the eventual champions, Argentina. And now, their second World Cup as a group on home soil. This is the energy you're giving them? Come on, dude. That's a joke. And please do not get me started about Landon Donovan, the hypocrisy. Oh my days. From 2012 to 2013, you took an entire year off, a sabbatical from football, didn't play for Galaxy, didn't play for the national team. As a result, Klinsmann said, you're not coming to the 2014 World Cup. I'm bringing Julian Green. 10 years. That's the same amount of time at the time for Donovan as Christian now. So, how dare you have the nerve to comment on his commitment to the national team? Don't you think because of the fact that he gets injured a decent amount, he wants to rest himself? He just had his best season ever, but his team had a very bad season. So now he has to have the burden of putting his team on his back, staying fit, and then also putting his national team on his back on home soil. Don't you think he wants to go into this season, the biggest season of his career, after he just had his best season? So they're going to be asking for him to follow it up. They're expecting that. Don't you think he wants to go into the season, well rested, hungry, and to just try to stay fit as much as possible, as long as possible throughout the season? Because it's a long year of football. Don't you think? Now all of a sudden it's a problem? Come on, man. So in conclusion, wrapping all this up, I think it's worth noting that this is not the first time that national teams have had rifts. I think of Colombia, Argentina, England. I was talking about it with my boy the other day. Those three teams, different contexts, they had a different level of scrutiny. Like, we didn't, Andres Escobar, we didn't have the luxury of having arguably the best player of all time. And then, also another arguable best player of all time in Maradona and Messi, both of them. We didn't have the luxury of, comparing those two and saying, Messi, you're not living up to what we've already had. And then England, we didn't create the game. We don't always say it's coming home. We just expect to get to the semifinals and be competitive. So, the scrutiny is different, and I honestly just think this is jealousy, hypocrisy, and to generate clicks and to get people like me talking about it. Because that's all it is. Christian took off one tournament